Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. It's Queen Monica in the building. I'm so happy and excited that you're here. But how you feeling so far?
I feel really good. I feel
Uh-huh.
very tired and very hungry, but I feel really good. I think the
Yes,
excitement getting closer to the show is
yes,
starting to tingle inside, and
mm-hmm.
everything's starting to fall in place with
Yes,
the showing of my body and the way my muscles are coming out, and then
yes,
and mentally, it's like a lot more work than I thought it was going to be.
yes,
When you see other people going through it, you're like, oh, okay, they don't look that bad, but you're not in their minds.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to be in your own mind and visualize yourself on a stage,
Yes.
it's very different. So,
Wow, wow. So when you say mentally, can you elaborate more on that? Like, what is the mental work you've done, to get to this point and this level right now?
so with our journals that were assigned,
Yes.
those to go back to those and reopen those and see the way that you looked at yourself and your photos and how you visualized your body and where you started to where you are now.
Yes.
But even to understand those highs and those lows in between, when you're at your lowest and you're like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do this extra 30 minutes of cardio. Like, it's just not going to happen. And then you take the moment to look at your visualize board that you've created, which was one of our journals, and see,
Yes.
this was my goal. This was a short term. This was a long term, and I have to meet it because I made that promise to myself.
Yes,
And to do that mental work and consistently tell yourself, it's okay. This 45 is just lightweight. It's just another rep and another rep, and soon you have 15 reps, and you're like, I just got
Yes.
that set done.
Wow,
So,
wow. That is
yeah.
beautiful. That is beautiful.
That's some hardcore mental work.
It is,
Yeah,
right?
it
It
is.
is.
It is.
It takes a lot of courage and just, boldness and, even to go back and revisit those journal entries, right? And, tell yourself, all right, just one step at a time, right? And that's what especially you've actually, been showing every day you've done since the time you joined this team.
Yeah.
Every day you
Almost
just,
a year.
oh my goodness,
Almost since last October.
how's that journey been for you so far?
Well, this morning I did my InBody and I was 21.7 body fat,
Wow.
and initially I started with 34.2.
Wow.
So
wow.
it's dramatically changed for me, visually, but also mentally, and just understanding the work with myself and comparison. Like, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others. You should just be comparing yourself to what you previously were to where you are now.
Yes.
And that mental work takes a lot. And it does take a lot of courage to step in a gym and, wear a weight belt that says your name and everything on it. As little as people think, they're like, oh, how does my weight belt look? And it's like, who cares? You're there for you. You're there to
Yes.
get your workout in.
Yes.
And when people see you, putting weight around and, fixing themselves in the gym, you're like, hey, good on you. You
Yes.
enjoy that. But I got to get mine, and it's my time. And you can't be ashamed of that, and you can't let being embarrassed get to you or anything like that. You got to show up for you.
Wow, wow. Thank you very much for sharing that. I mean, you definitely you definitely show that, you portray that in everything you do. Uh, it's been a year and to just see you evolve every single time, we show up out here. So far, I mean, even throughout the whole year, you've definitely get to witness and help people get on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Now that is your turn, right? How is that feeling? What is the lessons you're learning for yourself right now?
I would say the lessons that I'm learning from myself is I've always been a planner. I've always planned everything out, but I've never really been the center of attention. So now that I'm the center of attention and other people are planning for me, it's a completely different role. It's like,
Yes.
wait, you're asking me if I want strawberries after, or if this is going to get done in my
Yes.
grocery list. It's a very different step from being such a supporting element. But it's also for me, it's a lot of work and understanding and being grateful for those people that help me.
Yes.
My beautiful team, my wonderful coach,
Yes.
and everybody else that's assisting my family. People are flying in from all over the U.S.
Wow.
Had to rent a house for 16 people.
Wow,
Yeah.
16.
So I mean, it's not only showing the love and support,
Yes.
but the trust and the faith that I'm doing what's right to step on stage to make my family proud and my team proud,
Yes.
and doing it the right way. And that's just what I'm learning is showing up as part of it, but also staying true to yourself and meeting the mark.
Yes, that is true right there. Something you said earlier, you know, when you are the one supporting people, it's so easy and natural to do,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But now when the roles gets, you know, reversed, like, okay, now people are supporting me.
Yeah.
I know what that feeling feels like, where it's like, it seems like I don't have control of this situation, right?
Yes.
So how does that feel for you to be like, okay, let me trust this process and let everything and everyone, you know, just
Yes.
things I would do, now let them do it for me. How does that feel?
It's a very uneasy, it's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Yes.
Because when you're wanting to plan everything down to the detail of like the writing on an invitation or something and how it looks.
Yes.
And you feel like you have to do it all the time in order for it to be right and to relinquish that power, I would say. It's an uneasy feeling, but it's good to feel uneasy. And it's good to feel uneasy because getting comfortable with being uncomfortable is what's part of the sport, especially as a competitor. You know, with our peak weeks and taking our bodies from one zone to another, but understanding that it's refreshing, but it's uneasy.
Yes.
But it's just talking to yourself and letting you know, like, this is for a good reason and this is being done for you. You've done stuff for others. It's time to take a step back.
Wow, that is truly beautiful. That is beautiful. I mean, I've been in that role too, and it's like, oh, I want to, okay,
Yeah.
I want to do this, but that is beautiful. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for sharing.
You're welcome.
So come for this Grand Canyon Classic in Arizona.
Yes.
Who are we expecting on stage?
Rhea.
Nice.
It's just a different part of me. I'm really excited to showcase myself.
Yes.
I think putting on my stage suit the other day, I was like, wow, this is very revealing.
Yes, yes.
But it's also the security of being like, you know what? I worked really hard to get this far, and I'm gonna show it in whatever I show up with.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm ready to go, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm super excited to step on stage.
Yes.
I'm pretty scared, but that little bit of fear is what's going to keep
Yes.
me right there on that edge.
Wow,
So,
wow. Thank you for that. You know, I am so excited for you because,
Thank
again, you have played a major supporting role for majority of us that step on stage. And to just see you, like you said, being the center of attention, and now it's your turn for us to do this for you is really beautiful and inspiring, right?
Yeah.
It is just amazing. So during this show, this will be your first time competing,
Yes.
like you say, putting the bikini together, stepping on stage, inviting your family, people flying from all over the world, all over the country. I mean, you know, right? But what is the major significance of this show for you? What does it mean to you?
It's the show is for myself. I've always yo-yoed myself with my weight and my confidence and understanding my body. And now that I'm a little bit older, I feel like I haven't even peaked yet. And when I was in my mid-20s and struggling with my weight and my mentality, and do I go to the gym or do I just go sit in a sauna for hours and sweat and then I'll finally be good enough for myself? That's what the stage means for me. The stage means for myself, that confidence and that step to step into that next process of my season or my phase of my life. And to be really proud of myself. I want to do it for my team and my family, and I am, but ultimately I know before I step on that stage, I'm going to give thanks back to myself.
Wow,
So.
wow, this is bodybuilding with a purpose, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, thank
Well,
you.
I've had an amazing team to help me with it,
Yes.
so the experience and the stories, and like I can message, you know, anybody on the team and be like, hey, did you feel this before, or did you experience that? Like, oh yeah, you know, this is you or that's unusual, then you might want to reach out to coach, you know, and then coach is immediately turning around, like giving us info. And I think that communication, that transparency is really important because some people don't get good experiences. And when they don't get good experiences, I don't think it's their fault, but I think it's the misunderstanding of having that communication and transparency. Just being honest with yourself and being like, you didn't hit the mark this time, take a step back, reassess, and then let's get at it.
Oh man, all right, yeah, you definitely have learned everything that you need to learn for this, because again, that right there is what makes a difference. Everything, communication is key, right? Communicating with the coach, communicating with your team members, and like you said, even stepping back when things don't go right. Okay, how can I reassess, right? Instead of trying to blame or whatnot. But this is beautiful.
And
This
I
is
think that's what the
beautiful.
team has really taught me too, and my coaches, and understanding that things aren't always going to go your way, but you have to take a step back and be able to assess what you need, but be able to come at it in a great and positive mindset and manner, and where you're saying like, it's okay, you know, I'm not going to down talk myself because this just didn't work out for me. I'm just going to take a different route. And to be able to be diverse like that allows you to grow and have that confidence and that trust in yourself that I can change and things can change overnight. For me, it's just mental work. And then the physical portion will come with time and the process.
Oh man, you know, I thank you very much for this. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
You know, everyone, you know, Queen Monica has been a celebrity. It's finally great to.
Like I said, I've been out of sight, out of mind for a year.
It's been great, man, to just have you here. Thank you very much for
Thank
your
you
time.
so much.
And we can't wait to come do the post-show interview after your show in Arizona. It's gonna be amazing. So
Can't wait
thank
to
you
see.
for your time.
Thank you so much.